What's up, everyone? This is Chris with the review thing, and today we are playing Resident Evil 2 Remake. So, if you've seen my last Resident Evil playthrough or Resident Evil videos, you may have noticed that it was Resident Evil 3 Remake, so we're going backwards now. Um, we're going to start with Leon, and we're going to play on hardcore. I will be doing Claire's scenario as well. Obviously, I'm going to go for the B scenario in that, even though canonically it's not correct. It's just the way I've always played it, and it's the way a lot of people play it as well. Um, so yeah, let's just get straight into this and let's see how it goes. So, difference between Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resident Evil 2 Remake hardcore mode. In Resident Evil 2 hardcore, which is the highest difficulty setting you can get, so enemies do the most damage, items are scarce. As it says there, you need ink ribbons to save. So you need to manually save in this. There's no like checkpoints, or if you get killed, that's it. So you gotta save, and you gotta make sure that you're saving it properly. I would say that it's not very hard in terms of like the amount of ink ribbons they give you. They do give you quite a lot of ink ribbons, so there's not much of a problem. If you're like saving every typewriter you see, then there's probably going to be an issue, but it's not too difficult. So let's get right into this, and hopefully this is going to be a very smooth playthrough. I am playing on a new system as well, by the way. My last playthrough was done on my laptop. I am now playing on a desktop, and it's way beefier, so I'm happy to see how this goes. That burger, though. Like Resident Evil 3 Remake, I'm going to remember to leave all the cutscenes on. I'm so ingrained into skipping everything.
Sounds like my wife. I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just, hey, you gotta stay strong, okay? Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, they'll sink their teeth in you. Oh, come on. Just getting good. I need some sleep.
Whoops. You done diddly goofed, Mr. Truck Driver.
What do I do? What am I gonna do?
It's every story. Oh, I've just noticed that Leon is wearing an alternative costume, so I've got to change that when I get in game. I try to play with the default costume on if possible, for at least for a series anyway. The costume is basically the original Leon costume from the original Resident Evil 2. But brought forward, given the high resolution treatment, whatever. There is like a direct Resident Evil 2 costume, which basically turns him into like the polygon of the original Resident Evil back on PlayStation, or like N64 or PC, whichever port you were playing on at the time. Although the PC port didn't come out until 2006, so that's a bit of an interesting one. So what I'm going to do before we get right into this is going to go to costumes. Normal outfits. Wait, is that his normal outfit? Oh no, I was wearing the alternative ones. Confirm. Right, so let's get into this. So Leon arrived in his vehicle. and he's wearing like civilian outfit, civilian clothes. So, and we're gonna go into this gas station. Let's go around.
Hello? Anybody there? Something's not right.
What gave that away? Was it the blood on the floor, or the lights being out, or no one being around? Bamboozled. There's someone here.
All right? Don't
Caution, heavy door.
I'll be back.
Thanks for that, man. I really appreciate it. Could you give me a hand, maybe? No? Okay. So, this being on hardcore, the enemies are going to be a lot faster. They're going to do a lot more damage as well, and they're going to take a lot more damage.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this.
You obviously don't. Good lord.
Freeze! I'll shoot!
Just gonna wait for this lad to go down there. And we're just gonna mosey on like nothing happened. Didn't see him. Didn't see the cop get eaten. Nothing happened there. We're gonna move on. Nothing. Nope. Nothing's wrong here. Oh, you want clearance sale? No problem. You take it. Coffee, wine, all yours. Bye-bye.
Don't shoot! Get down!
I'll try not to talk through the cutscenes as well if I can help it, or if I can remember.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
Come on! Get in!
Oh yeah, you can shove the zombie, but you can't shove him when you're playing the game. Thanks, Capcom. Gah. Oh, no, guys. That's the last place you want to be going.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yep.
Yeah. Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we found each other. I don't know what to expect anymore.
Oh, Leon, I can. Ooh. Unwise choice of words. So, off the bat, it's an already better intro than Resident Evil 3 Remake, which started off as like a live action intro, which was very strange. Very strange choice for the game. If you have seen my Resident Evil 3 videos, or you've seen my Resident Evil 3 thoughts, opinions video, you know that the Resident Evil 3 Remake wasn't very faithful to the original Resident Evil game. So, how does this fare in comparison? Because I'm not going to make a Resident Evil 2 with thoughts, opinions video, because this game came out last year and I've already played it to death a load of times, and mainly because I actually really like this game way more than Resident Evil 3. This game, while there is, like I did mention, there was content in this in my Resident Evil 3 video, but the amount of content you're actually getting in this game and how a lot of the areas are actually in the original that are actually in this as well is really nice. And some of the areas that have been expanded on as well is pretty cool.
Free food and medical supplies will be provided to everyone in need.
God, this is so unreal.
Police station's not much farther. They'll know something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no survivors?
No, there's survivors. It's a big city. There has to be.
Right. And you're the only two people you've met, and there's no other people around, so therefore, yeah, there has to be other people around.
we're walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Well done. You just had to jinx it.
Gotta back up. What the?
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now!
I can't because my face hurts.
Hold on!
Oof. Got that car insurance is going to be off the roof.
Claire! Claire, you okay?
Nah, she dead by. Laters.
Yeah, I'm alright. How about you?
Can't stay here, it's not safe.
Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
See you then, girl.
I'll be there. This is out of
So
control.
this is it, boys. We're into it now, finally. Actual some gameplay. The intro, kind of like Resident Evil 3, is kind of cutscene heavy, but at the same time, it's done in a way that it's not like on rails, not walking and talking and bloody non-stop expositions. The cutscenes at the start of this game are done in a way that's, you know, immersive.
There it is. The station.
RPD. Excuse me, sir. I'm just passing through. Lock that up. So the lads from RE3 can't get in. A chest. Alright, so this is where Carlos and Tyrell broke in through when Marv and Bran was confronting Brad. I don't know why I said that the boys can't get in. They got in here before this happened because you'll see soon. So, like,
Hello?
kind of like my RE3 playthrough, I'm going to collect ammo and stuff that may be off the beaten path. Just to be safe, you know, there's no harm in collecting supplies in this game. So in the start of the game, it's going to be just basically grabbing ammo and trying to avoid a bunch of enemies if humanly possible. Because you do get enough ammo to get by, but at the same time, you just want to not waste any unnecessary ammo, especially if you know you can run around something. That's a good rule of thumb for Resident Evil games. If you can run by it, run by it. And if you need to come back through that area, make sure that, you know, you're giving yourself enough like wiggle room to do so. Because there's nothing worse than like, oh cool, I managed to dodge it by that person, and then remembering that you need to come back through that area, which can be like a massive downfall as well. It could screw you over in certain runs. So just be sure that you know what you're doing. Spooky. Very wet. You got this, Leon. I believe in you, man. Just grabbing some supplies. Oh look, it's Resident Evil 3. Interactive gameplay. Oh, I'm still so salty about Resident Evil 3. Oh god. Sorry, Graham James, if you're watching this. Yeah, Resident Evil 3. Sorry for bringing it up again in a completely different game. I know it's still Resident Evil, but you know, there is that.
Jesus.
Resident Evil 3 is just gonna be a freaking meme by the time I'm gonna die. All right, simmer down. I'm opening it as fastly as I can.
Give me your hand. I got you. Give me your other hand.
Ooh, nice spaghetti. So this zombie that's trying to break in here is the only zombie in the game that works on a real time timer. So a lot of like say scripted events like zombies breaking into doors, it's all based on in-game time. So like it might take like a zombie 10 seconds to break through a door. By pausing it here for like 2 or 3 seconds, obviously I'm after pausing it because I'm explaining. But if you pause it for like 2 or 3 seconds and then go back in game, the zombie instantly breaks through the door because the real time timer has expired. Shit. So to avoid him, you would basically just run by him, but I kind of let it go too late. Once I finished resuming the in-game timer and went back in game, I was too late by running. I should have run straight away after hitting unpause, but I didn't, so it's a great start. Now these guys shouldn't bite me. There we go. Come on. Lovely.
You're safe. For now.
Thanks.
Marvin Brown.
Marvin Branagh.
Leon Kennedy. There was another off strike. I couldn't.
Here. I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.
So yeah, this is set after
Does anyone know what started?
the events of RE3 because
But honestly, all you need to know is that this place will.
when you came here with Carlos and Tyrell, Marvin just got bitten. So there's that. There's also some other elements we'll see in a bit that conclude that as well.
That's all that matters.
Okay, Lieutenant. I'm ready.
Hopefully, you'll be able to find a way out of this station. That officer you met earlier, Elliot. He thought this secret passageway might do the trick.
This is good news. We can get you to a hospital.
No, I am not the priority here.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie. You save yourself first. I'd come with you, but I'd just slow you down.
Okay.
Now, you'll need this.
I can't take him.
Stop. And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things,
Well, I've already made a mistake. I've already been bitten once, so there's that.
you do not hesitate. You take it out. Or you run. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So In Resident Evil 3 Remake, sub weapons like the knife and flashbang and grenades, um, those are like their own like item. In this game, they're your self defense weapons. So like if you get grabbed by a zombie, you stick it in their mouth, you stick it like you throw it or whatever, and it gets you out of jail basically. But um, the knife is not infinite, unlike Resident Evil 3. You find a bunch of knives throughout the game, and they have a durability meter. So after like one or two self defense stabs, it's broken, or like if you get many swipes in on a zombie, then it'll start draining. But so a thing with this game is the knife durability or and damage is basically tied to your FPS. So the higher the FPS you do, the more like damage it does. Well, technically it's not damage; it's just you get more like swings per frame, which in turn does more damage technically. So that will drain a lot quicker on the higher FPS just because you're doing a lot more swings. And we'll see that come into effect in a bit. But for now, this is going to be the first episode, mainly because I just wanted to get the intro down, get all the cutscenes out of the way, because we're going to be playing a lot here without any interruptions, more or less. So that's been the first episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, usual jazz, and I'll see you in the next episode.